Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology.
A very good day. This is Preetha Wilma Dawson, Assistant Professor, College of Physiotherapy, Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology, deemed to be a university. In this video, we will be starting with a unit on nervous system. So in this video, we will be covering with a brief introduction to the nervous system. The nervous system is acting as a control network system within our body. So it is a rapidly acting system. So it has the ability to rectify any sort of error that is occurring inside a body. So we all know that neuron is going to be the basic structural and functional unit of the nervous system. These neurons are responsible for the reception and response to any changes that occurs both in internal as well as in the external environment. And then it is estimated that nervous system is composed of more than 100 billions of neurons in it. Next, we'll start with a classification of the nervous system. To broadly classify the nervous system, it can be divided into two basic components. The first one is going to be the central nervous system and the other one is going to be the peripheral nervous system. First, we'll get started with the central nervous system. Central nervous system is further classified into two divisions. One is going to be the brain and the other component is going to be the spinal cord. We'll start with the brain. So brain is further classified into three distinct segments. One is going to be the forebrain, which is also known as prosencephalon, and the other one is midbrain, which is also known as mesencephalon. And the last one is going to be the hindbrain, which is also known as rhombencephalon. And yes, these three components can be further get divided, which we'll be seeing in the upcoming lectures. Next, we'll start with the spinal cord. So, spinal cord has 31 spinal segments. So, each spinal segment will be giving attachment to two pairs of spinal roots. What are the two pairs of spinal roots? They are nothing but dorsal spinal root and the ventral spinal root. Next, we'll start with the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system can be broadly classified into two components. The first one is going to be the sensory peripheral nervous system and the other one is going to be the motor peripheral nervous system. This sensory peripheral nervous system consists of afferent fibres. That is, they are going to carry the sensory information from the periphery to the higher center. That is called as sensory peripheral nervous system. Next, the motor peripheral nervous system is composed of efferent fibres. These efferent fibres will be carrying the motor response from the higher centers to the periphery. Again, we can divide the sensory peripheral nervous system into two major components. One is going to be the specific sensation and the other one is going to be the general sensation. I have spoken about this in the previous video lecture on special senses. Next, we can again further divide the motor peripheral nervous system into two major components. One is going to be the somatic and the other one is going to be the autonomic nervous system. This somatic is a voluntary component, whereas this autonomic is going to be an involuntary component. Again, we can divide autonomic into further two classification, that is going to be sympathetic and parasympathetic. This sympathetic is responsible for flight and fight response, whereas this parasympathetic is responsible for rest and digest. So, we'll have an overview about the nervous system. Nervous system is majorly made up of two types of cell. One cell is going to be the neurons and the other one is going to be the neuroglial cells. So, these neurons are the true functional cells. As we have discussed before, it is going to be the basic, structural and the functional unit of the nervous system. So, they help in the transference of action potential. Next comes the neuroglial cells. These neuroglial cells are the supporting cells. These are the connective tissue cells which is present in the nervous system. Now we'll have a quick recap on the introduction to the nervous system. First, we discussed about nervous system. Nervous system is going to be the control center which is acting within our body, and they are further classified into central and peripheral nervous system. Again, the central nervous system is further down classified into brain and spinal cord. In brain, we have three components. One is going to be the forebrain, midbrain and the hindbrain. Again, we discussed about the spinal cord and we discussed about two roots, ventral and the dorsal root. Then we also started with the peripheral nervous system. This peripheral nervous system is divided into two major components. One is going to be the sensory peripheral nervous system and the other one is going to be the motor peripheral nervous system. Then we had an overview on the nervous system, and also we have discussed about the cells which are found in the nervous system. One is going to be the neurons and the other one is going to be the neuroglial cells. With this, we have come to the end of today's session. To know details about nervous system, stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you.